Good evening. Thanks for having me. Good evening,
You're welcome.
Nigerians.
All right. Your Excellency, how would you say is, the significance of Nigeria's presence at such a global event?
Well, just like the composition of Nigeria in Africa and in the global community is very significant. Not only because of our numbers, because of our size, and because of the fact that Nigerians are very impactful wherever they are. And we have a very large followership of the Catholics, faithfuls across Nigeria. And wherever the world is, Nigeria must be there. You are aware that in the black communities in the world, it is believed that 1 out of every 4 black persons you see in the world is a Nigerian. And so if such a global event takes place and Nigeria is not there, it will look as if the black race is not there. So it was very significant. And President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu's decision to send a high-powered delegation who was well applauded and accepted, and it was recognized highly by the Vatican.
All right, Your Excellency, I want to believe there was a message you delivered on behalf of Nigerians. Can you share with us what you shared?
Well, I think it's not different from the message the president sent out on the demise of His Holiness Pope Francis. I believe strongly it was a sealed envelope that I handed over to the papacy on behalf of Mr. President. But of course, it's nothing except outside regret and sadness over the loss of such a world leader, a man who preached peace, a man who sacrificed so much for others to live and be happy, a man who impacted so much on the world through his sacrificial life, and of course, a man who led such a great church and great faithful worldwide. So it's a sad loss, not only to Nigeria, but to the black race and to Africans all over the world. And Nigeria joins the papacy to mourn, and Nigeria joins the Vatican to mourn the death of Pope Francis. And I'm sure they were happy. In fact, surprisingly, the chief of protocol that received me yesterday is somebody who served in Maitama many years ago for 5 years. And he said Nigeria and Maitama remained strongly in his heart. And when I handed over to the acting head of the Vatican, the message from Mr. President, he was delighted. He said he was in Nigeria in 1986 to 1989. He served there for 3 years when he started his diplomatic mission for the Catholic nuncio. And I was impressed that all of them hold Nigeria in very high esteem, and they actually look forward to our presence, and they were indeed very happy.
Okay, Your Excellency, I'm sure this is one great event that united the world, but what lessons are there to derive, and what's your message to Nigerians?
Well, if it's not just a great event to the world, but I think it was an event that shook the world. When you look at the Catholic Church is not just a church. The Vatican is also regarded as a state. So you have a head of state that died and was buried today. You also have the pontiff that headed this flock all over the world, well over 1.5 billion in number. And you have a man who died as a man today, the Pope, who was worth only $100. Showing that, yes, we cannot worship God in splendor, and that the best way to worship God is to worship God through self-sacrifice for others. So the message is very clear that Nigerians should love one another, and that poverty is not a crime, and that poverty could sometimes be a virtue of God, and that whatever you have, you should be able to share with your brothers and sisters. And above all, in this period of that Easter just ended, we coincided with the Salah. It's all about God. That yes, indeed, that love should transcend everything, because God so loved the world that He sent His only begotten Son to come and die in order to redeem mankind. And that is the period that you see the pontiff departing back to paradise, back to heaven, to go and join his Father. So the message is clear. The message is that of love. Nigerians should love one another, Nigerians should love their country. Nigerians should live sacrificial lives and not to amass wealth for themselves, but rather to see to the benefit of others, to see that others also enjoy the things of the world. I think that's the main message.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Love and humility, of course, and sacrificial life that he left as a legacy. Thank you, President of the Senate. Thank you for your time, for joining us on Weekend File.
I thank you. And please, President, the Nigerians should also pray for their government. Nigerians should be proud of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Nigerians should
Indeed.
pray for him to succeed. His success is the success of Nigeria. And the world
Indeed.
looks forward to Nigeria taking the lead in the black race. I thank you for having me tonight.
Thank you. Indeed, we'll continue to pray for our nation.
Thank you.
All right.